The king and the beggar. Who is more honorable? On a cold night, in a grand palace, King Ferandus sat on his golden throne, dressed in luxurious garments, surrounded by officials and servants. He was known as a wise, just, and generous king. Every decision he made was celebrated, and his people praised him as a leader who brought prosperity. However, that night, the atmosphere in the palace suddenly changed. A frail, dusty old beggar entered the grand hall. King Ferandus was startled, and his guards immediately stepped forward to expel the man. But the beggar stared at the king with sharp eyes and said, "King Ferandus, I have not come to beg. I have come to speak." King Ferandus lowered his head, slightly surprised, then said, "What could a beggar like you have to say to a king like me?" The beggar gave a bitter smile. "I only wish to ask, O king, who is more honorable here? You, seated upon this golden throne, or me, forced to beg for food every day?" King Ferandus chuckled. "I am the ruler of a vast kingdom. Everything in this world bows before me. I shape the fate of my people, and I grant them prosperity." The beggar nodded, then continued, "Is that so, king? But is it not you who impose high taxes on those who are poor and starving? Is it not you who live in luxury while your people toil endlessly just to survive? I may be a beggar, but I do not force others to give. I only receive what is offered." King Ferandus fell silent, his face beginning to flush red. The beggar went on, "I beg only to survive, but you beg for power, by burdening the hearts of your people for your own gain." In front of many, King Ferandus found himself unable to defend his actions. The beggar's words struck deep, like thorns piercing his heart. The beggar then bowed and said, "I do not wish to shake your kingdom, King Ferandus. I only want you to see the world through different eyes. Sometimes, true honor does not come from what we possess, but from what we give, without expecting anything in return." With slow steps, the beggar walked out of the palace, leaving the king seated on his throne, lost in contemplation. Moral of the story: sometimes, true honor and goodness do not come from wealth or power, but from how we treat others. A beggar may be more honorable than a king if he never exploits others for his own gain.